Well, the inquest investigating who should be held liable for the Highgate massacre that took the lives of 5 people, leaving many others injured, has just concluded listening to the evidence of Mark Bush, who is currently outside of South Africa in the United Kingdom. He was testifying about, his response to the scene. We understand that he's one of the first people to respond to the scene, and he was a neighbour at the Highgate Hotel during the time. He was having a braai just outside his house when he had heard a sound of heavy firearms, or rather heavy gun shooting that was happening just at not far from his house. And when he responded and got to the Highgate Hotel, he had seen a number of people who were laying on the floor. And he also testified about, the response of the emergency services to what they had witnessed at Highgate Hotel. And he painted a picture of how, the ambulances did not respond so well, and how, the firefighters were in fact the one who gave assistance to the people that were injured at the Highgate Hotel. But now to speak to one of the victims who was actually saved by Mr. Mark Bush. Mr. Weber, thank you very much for your time. Just speak to us about your feelings around what Mr. Bush has testified about.
It's very emotional to know what he had been going through at the time he came into the bar to save our lives. I can remember clearly lying in the ladies' bar in a pool of blood with nobody around helping us at that time, and being the first guy on the scene. I recognise Mark Bush as being a friend of mine. And I think if he wasn't there to save my life and Neville Billing's life, I don't think we'd be here today. I mean, a guy that's got experience and qualified in first aid and all that, he knew what to do and he knew to assist us. I was shot in both ulnar nerves, in both my arms, which if you look it up, you lose a lot of blood. You actually bleed to death. So with him putting the pressure on my arms and the holes, it saved my life.
Yeah. And in terms of what he's testified about, we understand that throughout this inquest, there's been a number of police officers that have been testifying. Some of the testimonies not really convincing that they had done a good job in responding to the incident. Now, hearing him say that the manner in which they responded was not too good, or not, satisfying to the extent it should have. What are your reflections on that?
Well, I think if he was there, the first person on the scene, and to see nobody there, then I don't know why all the witnesses have come forward and say they were first on the scene. They went inside, and it just paints the whole picture that the guys are not honest. The truth hasn't come out, and it's just proof of evidence of what Mark Bush said and what he did. I mean, being there, the first person, there was nobody there. So I don't know how these people are saying, when they come and give evidence, to say that they had arrived at the Highgate Hotel to see the chaos over there.
And we are concluding the inquest this week. We understand that it is in final stages. Are you happy? Are you satisfied as the families and the victims with the information that has been uncovered in the inquest so far?
We're happy with the inquest and that, but I don't think we're happy with how the inquest is going. I think the evidence that has been given here is misleading us, and I'm sure we all feel the same way as that.
Yes. Thank you very much for your time. That's Carl Weber, who is one of the victims who had been injured at the Highgate Hotel massacre, saying that they are not happy with the information that has, come here in the inquest. We do understand that we are expecting to hear the evidence of Stephen Lee Good, who is also one of the people who was with Mark Bush at the time when Bush was responding to the incident that he had heard just outside his house here in East London. He's also expected to testify about what he had arrived to when he had gotten to the Highgate Hotel during the time of the incident.